In a world dominated by the same global languages and identical cities, what happens when a local language disappears? Not because it's useless, but because it's ignored. In Bali, when a tradition fades, it's not only a ritual that disappears, it's a way of thinking, a way of relating to nature, and a way of understanding who we are. Today, Balinese heritage faces a different kind of threat. It's not being destroyed by force, it's being replaced by convenience. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable judges and all the community that held this competition. My name is Valennia and I'm from the University of Warmadewa, Bali. So today, I stand here to address why protecting heritage in the modern world is not about resisting progress, but about preserving identity within it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, many people think that protecting our culture means we have to stay in the past. They think it means we cannot use technology or be modern. But that is not true. Protecting our heritage is about knowing who we are while we move forward. It's about having a strong foundation so we don't get lost in this big and this changing world. So let's look at our lives today. Many young people in Bali can speak English or other languages very well, but they feel shy or awkward speaking Balinese. We see many ceremonies being done perfectly, but if you ask the young people participating, why are we doing this? Many of them still don't know the answer. We see beautiful temples and sacred places being used as backgrounds for photos, but we often forget the rules and respect that those places deserve. Take our language as an example. Balinese is not just a way to talk. It teaches us how to respect our elders. It teaches us how to be humble. When we stop using our language in our daily lives, we don't just lose words, we lose the values of being Balinese. Even our land is changing. We see beautiful rice fields turning into concrete buildings every single day. We see our holy rivers filled with plastic waste. We talk about beautiful Bali to the tourists, but we often forget to take care of the soul ourselves. We are so busy chasing progress that we are so forgetting that progress without roots is very weak. If we keep going like this, we will have a Bali that looks like everywhere else, and we will lose the soul that makes this island our home. So, does this mean we have to stop building? Does it mean that we have to throw away our phones and live like people did hundreds of years ago? Of course not. We cannot stop time. The world will keep changing and Bali must move forward. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have to ask ourselves, do we want to be the generation that lets the fire of our culture go out? Or do we want to be the ones who carry that fire even brighter into the future? Keeping our heritage does not mean standing still. It means using our old values to solve our new problems. And this is where we change our path. To empower the next generation, we must show them that our culture is not a burden. Our culture is our greatest strength. First, to truly understand how to protect our heritage, we must look at the heart of Balinese life. Trihita Karana. This is not just an old saying, it's actually the world's oldest and best guide for a sustainable future. It teaches us that happiness only comes from three harmonies. The first one is Parahyangan, our harmony with God. This reminds us to stay humble and keep the spiritual meaning behind every ceremony we do. Second is Pawangan, our harmony with other people. This is why our language and our community spirit are so important. They teach us to live with respect and kindness instead of being selfish. And third is Palemahan, our harmony with nature. Long before the world started talking about going green or saving the planet, our ancestors were already doing it. They didn't see the trees, the water, or the fields as things to be sold. They saw them as life that must be protected. If the next generation truly follows these three harmonies, we won't just preserving the past, we will be building a future where Bali remains beautiful, peaceful, and real for 1,000 years to come. And the second solution is to change how we use our technology. We all have smartphones and we all use social media. But instead of just using it to show off our outfits or what we ate for lunch, why not use it to show off our identity? Imagine if every young Balinese person posts one short video teaching a Balinese word or telling a story about the hidden spot in their village. Suddenly, TikTok and Instagram are not just apps. They become a digital rivalry for our culture. We need leaders in technology and business who can speak to the world, but who still have a Balinese heart. This means being smart and modern, but using that power to protect our home. When we do this, being Balinese becomes our superpower in a world where everyone else is trying to be the same. My third point goes back to the question I asked at the very beginning. What happens when our language disappears? Well, many of us think that as long as we have our temples and our dances, we are still Balinese. But our language is the code that holds everything together. When we speak Balinese, we are not just communicating. We are practicing respect. We are using words that our ancestors used to describe the soul, the land, and our connection to God. The next solution is really simple. We must stop being embarrassed. Use it in our daily life. If it's just a few words, use it when you are hanging out with friends or when you are writing a caption or anything on social media. If the youth stop speaking the language, the philosophy of Bali becomes a mystery that no one can solve. Protecting our language is the strongest way to make sure our identity does not just become a museum piece, but stays a living, breathing a part of who we are. If we let Bali become just another generic city, a copy of every other place in the world, we lose our treasure that money can never buy back. The world does not need Bali to be global. The world needs Bali to be Bali. Our heritage is the map that tells us who we are. So let's move into the future using the best technology and building great businesses. But let's do it with the soul of Bali in our hearts. Let us be the generation that didn't just watch Bali change, but the one that made sure its light shines brighter than ever. My name is Valen, and that's all for my speech. I hope you learned something from it and enjoy it. Thank you very much.